We propagate and sell fig cuttings. And every year during our winter sale, we do a test of our cutting stock to check propagation rates on the cuttings that we store. There's many methods and all are very similar, but the method we use usually gives us about an 85 to 90% success rate. These cuttings have been stored at 37 degrees since they were harvested on December 24th. It's now February 8th, so they've spent about 46 days in cold storage. But we also add about 7 days after we remove them from cold storage at ambient temperatures, but before planting. From pruning and harvest to the start of our propagation test, it's been about 53 days, or a little over 7 weeks. We first wrap the part of the fig that will not be in the soil in parafilm grafting tape. Wrapping the fig with this parafilm helps to control humidity and keep the cutting from drying out. After all the fig cuttings have been labeled and wrapped, we make a clean cut at the base of the fig that intersects with a node. Some people also score the skin near the base, but we don't do that. We find that we're just as successful if we just make a cut near the node. Now that the figs have a clean cut, we prepare the potting soil. We use a mix of about 3/4 peat moss to 1/4 or less of perlite. We wet it to be moist. It'll feel moist, but if you squeeze it with your fist, it won't drip out. And that's the kind of the level of wetness that we're looking for here. We add rooting hormone. Here I use water just to expedite the process of getting the powdered rooting hormone on the cutting. And we put it in a pot with soil. Then we put it on bottom heat, set to about 80 degrees, and put them in darkness for 2 weeks. And only after 2 weeks do we do our first watering. We try to water from bottom up. And at this point, you might see some buds start to form at the top of the cuttings, but not many. After about 3 weeks or even 4 weeks, we pull them out of darkness. And you can start to see a lot of green appearing at the top of the cuttings. And at 8 weeks, we transplant into larger pots. Basically, by this point, there should be enough roots that you can gently remove the rooted cutting and put it in a larger pot without disturbing the roots. But in our case here, we're just going to take all of the rooted cuttings out and look for roots. And as you can see here, the majority of these cuttings formed pretty good roots, and some are still working on it, but they'll get there. And out of the 30 cuttings that we attempted to root that had been in storage for 46 days and spent another 7 days at ambient temperature before I potted them up, we had a 90% success rate. And that's it.